we're going to talk now a little bit about the different APIs that exist in Pulsar. And this is really relevant from an operations perspective, as Pulsar in its design, in its goal to be able to be a centralized messaging and streaming platform, sort of by design has to be able to work for many different teams that maybe if you're doing very different things, right? You have your application teams. They are looking to have something that's self-service, where they can onboard quickly into Pulsar, and they can add new applications and then customize the usage of Pulsar for their use case, across a wide variety of application teams. And then maybe you have, data and platform teams where they're really looking to sort of you have a data warehousing team that's trying, or a data lake team that's trying to pull this application data into a centralized store. They need to be able to integrate with existing systems and applications. And they may need these really high throughput scenarios for historical reads, et cetera. Finally, the cluster operators, who are really trying to allow Pulsar to ease the operational burden, administration burden, really provide you a robust set of tools, as well as things like isolation, clear visibility, as well as being able to enforce standards across your organization, whether those be standards across data, security, et cetera. And so, from a high level, at the most simple level, Pulsar is a pub subsystem. We have a publisher, a subscriber. Pulsar acts as the broker in the middle here. Very traditional, very common design of these pub subsystems. But this API is really ideal for microservices, event-driven architectures, different applications in general. But Pulsar also offers what we call our reader and batch API. And this reader API is unique in that it allows consumers, it allows applications to have a rather than publish subscriber model, where we're using acknowledgements and messages to track the state of where a subscriber is in a message stream. We have our reader API, which allows for applications to finely control where they want to read messages, giving them the ability to, things like systems like Spark and Flink, to have very fine control, which can be useful in building exactly once, as well as a batch API, sort of like we mentioned, of being able to read the messages from the underlying tiered storage directly. That obviously also can be used by microservices, event-driven architectures, but most common is the PubSub API. And there's also our administrative API. This is for operators, administrators to be able to manage the cluster, to be able to set policies, controls over the system, obviously, as well as security, ACL models. And then, as mentioned, also this multi-tenancy, where teams can be given a tenant, formal concept within Pulsar, where they're able to administrate a limited subset of the features that they need enabled to perform their use cases. Pulsar also has a similar connectors framework functionality. We call that Pulsar IO. There's pre-built connectors, which includes already things like change data capture via Debezium, as well as integrations with other databases, I think there's Cassandra, as well as sources like ClickHouse and things like that, or broad set of database connectivity, as well as the ability to implement custom connectors via that API.